So it's morning here in Portugal, and I'm already looking ahead to dinner, and I think what we're going to have tonight is bifanas, which is a traditional Portuguese sandwich, which is made from thin sliced pork, often from the pork loin, just kind of like little thin cutlets, that's marinated in white wine, paprika, garlic, bay leaves, and some salt and whatnot, and then fried up, layered onto a sandwich along with olives, mustard, and usually some hot sauce. So let's get cracking. Okay, so for the marinade here, I'm just going to start off with some white wine. I'm going to throw in about that much there. Well, let's go almost half a bottle of wine. Going to be adding to that, this was about a dozen cloves of garlic that I minced up, and then a couple of bay leaves for a little extra flavor. I'm going to throw in a teaspoon or so, some kosher salt, and then stew. Let's throw in about a tablespoon or so here of some smoked paprika. As I'm mixing that up, I'm also just going to throw in a little bit of black pepper. Gonna miss my pepper mill right now. This will do. And I think also for some good measure and good luck, just because this is Portugal, a little bit of olive oil. Right around a tablespoon of that. Maybe a little bit more paprika. You can never go wrong with more paprika. Perfect. Okay, so let's get this onto the pork. So this pork, they are marketing it as bifana meat. Now, at home, I would generally take a pork loin and slice it maybe around this thick and then pound it, which would be, I guess, about as thick as that. Some of these look like they're a little bit thicker than I would have them, but they're saying bifanas, I'm gonna go with it. Now, I think I might be able to get away with doing this right in this same container here, which is perfect. I'm just gonna dump everything into here. Oh yeah, now I just have to make sure to separate everything so that every piece of meat, this might have been easier to do before I added the marinade, so that every piece of meat has an opportunity to touch some of this awesome flavorful goodness. So I'm just going to get these ready to marinate here, and then we'll get them into the fridge. All right, just like that. So I'm gonna let this sit all day here now, and I'll probably play with it a couple of times just to make sure if there are any pieces that aren't completely exposed to marinade, we'll have the opportunity to do so. All right, so after a nice long soak here, I am ready to fry this up. Just going to be doing this in a frying pan. This does not take very long to fry because we're just cooking it through. I'm not trying to sear it up or get it super brown or crispy or anything like that. Just letting the marinade drip off. I'm going to fry it up and give it a flip here in just a minute. This is my very exciting bifana flipping tool right here. So here you are. So this really just cooks for 1 to 2 minutes per side, depending on the temperature of your pan here. Kind of in that medium to medium high range is really good for this. And once they're cooked, you can see, because this is pork, it kind of goes that slightly light colored, not necessarily horribly appetizing on its own color, but never fear, we are going to color that up with some sauce. I should also mention that just in between loads here, I am dumping out, just draining off the extra juice that's come out of the meat, from the meat itself and from the marinade, just so that it doesn't become a huge pool of it in the pan. Now, if the last load is done, I'm going to go ahead and, just keeping the pan on, just add the rest of that marinade into here. Gonna let it cook and reduce just a little bit, and we should have a little bit of sauce for these sandwiches. And now that that's thickened up a little bit, I'm just going to fire the meat back in here for a sec, just to sort of reheat it, toss it around a little bit in the sauce, and then we will be ready to serve. Alright, so we are going to start off with a bun, which we've cut open and added a little softened butter to. To that, I'm going to take some nice mustard here, and just a little dose of that on there. Ooh, yeah, spread it around just a little bit. Then I'm going to throw on 1, 2, is there a small piece? Yes, there is. 3 pieces of that meat. To that, I'm going to be taking some of this piri sauce here. Woo. A nice healthy load of that on there. And then finally, we've got some beautiful olives. This is just a jar of olives that my wife picked up. Gave a nice chop to. Added olive oil. What else did you throw in it there? Piri sauce.
Garlic and paprika.
Delightful. And we've loaded it up on top. And now, if it's possible, we set on the top of the bun. All right, now the hardest part of making this rather easy meal is trying to eat it. So I'm just going to set it down here. A table is usually a good piece of assisting equipment, but here we go. Mmm. Such great comfort food. That beautiful marinated, nice tender pork in there. You get the piri sauce for some kick. The beautiful olives, just giving you that nice acidity and the garlickiness and all that fun stuff. A nice high quality bun. And if you want to be healthy, you can get yourself a little nice fresh salad. And to finish it off, a nice light Portuguese beer. So, girls, what do you think?
Delicious.
Delicious?
Delicious.
Awesome.
Is this, what do you think, if out of 1 out of 10, what is it?
11.
11! Smart girls.
There you have it.